What's up, athletes? Welcome back to this channel. In this video today, we are going to talk about how to approach bad training days. Okay, because everyone has them. Okay, every single one, even the top athletes that you probably look up to, have bad training days. Even me, I had multiple bad days in this week. Like just in this week of trainings, I had like 2 bad training days that I didn't really feel it. I didn't really felt like I'm improving. I felt like I'm just stuck in place and I don't know what to do. But this is the exact reason that I'm doing this video, because I think I found the right formula about how you can go with the bad training days and actually utilize them to make sure that it's going to make you better and improve yourself and progress faster in your journey. Because most of the time you will have a bad training day and you will try to think about it all day and you will not really understand what you should have been doing better to improve, and it's just constantly in your head. Okay, so this approach is completely wrong and it will just make you overthink too much about your training days. It will make you think too much about what you've done wrong, when most of the time all you have to do is just to completely shut down your mind and make sure that you're not doing the mistakes that you've done in the training day. So the first and the most important thing is your mindset. Okay? And when I'm talking about your mindset, I want you to understand that the mindset when you have a bad training day is to completely stop thinking about it. Okay, so you've done your session, it wasn't as good, it took like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. But right now all you have to do is throughout the day up until you're going to sleep to stop thinking about this training day. This is literally all you have to do. Okay, so just stop thinking. Okay, when you're thinking too much, when you're not detached from the training day, you will just feel that always there is something missing, that your day will not be as good, because all the time you're just thinking about this bad training day that happened to you, that you didn't manage to do one of the sets, or that you wanted to do a PR but you couldn't really do it and stay stuck in the same place. And if you're always thinking about it throughout the day, it will just make your day worse. And we don't know that. We don't want that. We want to make sure that you are approaching the bad training days as something that is okay and that it's totally fine, because it happens to everyone. We are not robots, and even if your training program is perfect, one thing that happened in your life can change your training day and make, just make your training day a bit worse. So you don't have to worry about this kind of thing, and that's why the mindset is to stop thinking. That is the most important thing. Okay, and I'm talking about it not only after the session, but I'm talking about it in the session again. So in the session itself, when you're actually doing a set and you're not feeling good about it, all you have to do is, again, to make sure that it doesn't interfere with your other sets. Maybe your first set wasn't as good because you didn't warm up properly, but on this kind of situation, you have to understand what have you done wrong and trying to change it in the session itself. Don't just let your training day, like your bad training day, become a habit that will be for all of the session. You can try to minimize it in the session itself, and you're doing it by trying to understand the mistake. Now, I'm writing it in the mindset section because this is literally about your mindset. You are finishing a set, it wasn't as good as you want. What are you doing right now in your mindset? Are you going for your phone and start scrolling just because it was one bad set? Or you're looking at the video, trying to understand what you've done wrong, trying to understand maybe it's the warm-up, maybe it's one muscle that you didn't engage so well. It's a lot about your mindset here, okay? So I suggest you that in the rest times, especially in the rest times, I will write it right here, rest time. So in the rest time, I want to make sure that you are trying to understand the mistake that you've done in the specific set or in the specific 30 minutes to the training, and make sure that you are trying to minimize the amount of sets that will be bad, okay? Because most of the time when there is a bad training day, it's just 1-2 sets, and then it adds up that even if the other sets are really good for you, you're just not feeling as good because you failed some sets. So the first thing is to change the mindset, okay? So when we're talking about after the session is to stop thinking and just make sure that you're doing anything in your willpower to detach from the session. Okay, it was a bad session, that's totally fine. Continue with the day, create content, work on your things, whatever it is. Just make sure that you're not thinking about it at all. And in the session itself, try to understand the mistake, especially in the rest time. That's the first thing, and it's the most important one, because if your mindset will be on the right track in your bad training days, you will be able to minimize the amount of it being interfered with other training days throughout the weeks. So that's the first thing, and this is the mindset. Now the second thing that you want to do after a bad training day is to look at your sets, okay? So first of all, I suggest you to film most of the sets, if not even all of them, and this is just to make sure that you will be able to afterwards start to analyzing your session and see what was going wrong. So here you're doing it mid-session on your rest times, but here look at your sets. It's more about analyzing them. Okay, so just analyzing your sets. This is something that I'm doing on my stories every single day. I'm making sure that after a training day, I'm letting you know how I analyze my sets. So if that's something that you want to learn, like just want to see how I'm doing it on my own, you can just check my Instagram. The link is in the description. Obviously, I share on Instagram way more than on YouTube. I share more about my trainings, about my philosophy of trainings. So if that sounds good to you and important to you and you want to learn more, just go check the Instagram. But when I'm talking about analyzing them and analyzing your sets, I want you to just have a moment of sitting down, if it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes throughout the day after your bad training day, okay? Or maybe even the day after. So just stop thinking about the training day at all, and then on the day afterwards, you're taking a few time to analyze and really understand what was going wrong in the training day. Was it something that related to the plan? Maybe it was something that related to the activations. Maybe after looking at the sets, you're realizing that there is one small cue that you forget and you had it in all of the sets. For example, you stopped really thinking about depression in plunge, and that's why in all of the sets you can see that your scapula was a bit elevated, and that's the reason that it was a bad training day. So you can literally fix it in just one simple thing in the next plunge session. This is things that you can always achieve just by analyzing them, analyzing your sets. Look at your sets after the bad training day, and you will probably be able to find some mistakes that you've done in this training day and make sure that you will get stronger from it and progress from it. And that's how you can literally approach bad training days with the mindset of utilizing them into a better session. That's literally it. So looking at your sets will be the number one priority when there is literally an action that you have to do after a bad training day. Of course that you don't have to do it yourself, and actually it's better if you have a friend who is better than you in some skills and have the knowledge, or a coach. So either just a friend or a coach that can look at your set and analyze them. This is basically a cheat code. It will help you to understand what is wrong, but if instead of looking at your own sets and don't really understand, you can find someone who is even better than you and can literally help you looking at the sets from an above perspective and really help you understand, in this kind of set you've done this wrong, and here you should have think more about that. That can literally help you so much and way more than analyzing your sets alone. Now the last thing that you can do on approaching bed training days, and it might sound weird because these are the only two things that you can do that are related to trainings. You can fix your mindset and look at your sets and analyze them. This is literally it. But one thing that can help you on a bed training day is to do an activity you love. Okay? And this is so important. I can't stress it enough. Especially on bed training days when your goal is to stop thinking about them and being detached from the session. I've talked about it in the mindset. But one tip that can help you to actually do it on your own, the easiest way, is to do an activity that you truly love. Do an activity that will help you be so detached, to be so much in the present moment that you will not have to even think about the fact that you had a bad training day. So you can go eating out with friends like a steak or something. You can go to the beach, you can go to nature, you can go travel and hike a bit. Even if it's just 1 hour, you can go for a walk. Everything that do you good, okay? That's just doing good for you, for your soul, will help you to being detached from the session and make sure that you will actually fix your mindset in related to bad training days, and you will literally just forgot that you had a bad training day. So do an activity that you love. It can be something related to nature, it can be good food, it can be friends, or any other thing that literally give you that feeling that you don't have to worry about anything and that everything is good. This is literally the feeling that you want to achieve, not only on bad training days actually, but on every single day after the training session. You want to be detached from it. But this is literally much more important on bad training days because you want to make sure that literally you're just forgetting about this training day. So that's pretty much it. All of these three things will help you to take the bad training days and instead of thinking about them too much, giving them too much weight and make that, snowball just continue and continuing with your training session, you want to stop it as fast as possible with these three actions. And this is so simple, but yet most people don't really understand how to do it. And even some of my students don't really understand how to do it. And that's why I made them this kind of video and lots of other videos in my coaching. And this is exactly what I want to talk about. If you're currently feeling like you're stuck in your calisthenics journey, you don't have someone who can analyze your sets, and you just want to gain more knowledge, not only to improve yourself and progress in planche and in the front level, but to literally gain more knowledge so it will be for you for a lifetime, this is what I'm doing in my one-on-one coaching. If you're truly serious about your journey and you want to take it to the next level, I suggest you to go down into the link in the description, the first link, and apply for my one-on-one coaching. You can hop on a free call with me to see if you can fit into the coaching. I'm not taking everyone, I'm taking those who are really serious about their journey and are ready to gain more knowledge and to progress as fast as possible. If that's you, you know what to do, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video. If it was helpful for you, like and share this video with your calisthenics friends and comment down below if this is something that you're doing on your bed training days or it is something that you're gonna implement for the future. If this channel was helpful for you, just subscribe so you will get more knowledge and more content about calisthenics. And that's it. I will see you in the next video.